Hello everyone, MeanSpeed here. Today I've got another Renegade Line video. It's been a fairly long time actually since I made a video on Renegade Line in terms of news, so I thought I'd just quickly give some of my thoughts on what's been shown since I last made a video on the news. But yeah, I want to rush this a bit only because a lot of this is outdated, and to be honest, a lot of you probably already know about most, if not all, of the news up to this point. So like I said, I'll just add a few of my thoughts to this. So firstly, we have the hairstyles, skin tones and face customization for the Wickeds this time. And to be honest with you, I pretty much think exactly the same as I did with the Resident one, which is that I like how much detail you can go into, and I hope there will be some sort of post modification system of some sort. So if you changed your mind about a certain hair color later down the line, say you chose blonde and you didn't like it, or you just wanted to change, you could simply change it without having to start over completely with a new character or something like that. Guess the object continued, and part 2 went on for a decent amount of time. Basically, most of what was shown, I mean, I thought there were some objects that looked like they could be used as melee weapons possibly on the map, such as the pitchfork, the shovel and the axe. But it's hard to say if that's going to happen or not, and they'll probably just be props that go beside houses and such. There were also objects such as a crate, which looked different to the crate seen in other videos, so maybe that's just for show, but the other one is indeed for ammo pickups or ammo drops, like an ammo crate. Other than that, there was also a barrel and a well, but I can't really say that much about them, aside from the fact that they look alright. In the same thread of Guess the Object, a screenshot in FreeCam was shown in-game, which was from an old stage of the game development, and looking at it, it's probably from around November last year, basically because that's the time when the trees and the other objects got a graphical enhancement. The cliffs aren't updated here though, so this was probably taken as a before and after screenshot to, you know, then compare the trees with the old ones, or the old cliffs to the new and upcoming cliffs at the time. Aside from that though, the only other thing I could spot was the shotgun. I mean, we could see the name, which is called Pump Gun, and it has 30 ammo, and as far as I know, this is the first time the shotgun was shown in game in some way, as the old gameplay footage only showed the machine gun, which they were shooting with, and the RPG. But I mean, it's possible the shotgun now has another name and also different stats to it. I mean, because that was probably a test name or something, and the ammo counts have probably changed drastically since that screenshot was taken. Next we have the theme song, which I personally really like. I think it has a nice motivating feel to it. I mean, I'm not going to play it here now, but you guys have probably heard it already. If you haven't, then just check it out. But yeah, I think it'll suit the game fairly well. More so if it was sped up a bit though, which a lot of other people did actually suggest, both on the forums and on the video itself. Maybe, you know, 1.25 times or 1.5 times, something like that. I think it sounds a bit better that way, because at the moment it is quite happy and motivating, but it is fairly slow as well, so maybe just for it to be sped up a bit. But yeah, see what you think. If you just try that on the video, just speed it up. The first part of the Q&A mostly had answers we already knew, to be honest. You know, I mean, most of it was more suited to people very new to the game, or who just never followed the updates and news from videos or the forums. So yeah, I mean, some of what was covered, which was already fairly common knowledge, includes asking whether the game will be pay to win, and if there'll be a way to donate. So yeah. There were also some new things that we didn't know, however, such as the fact that the game already has 3 game modes, those being Team Deathmatch, Flag Team Deathmatch or Domination, and also Search and Destroy. And I think it's good that we now know what modes we'll see at launch, since we did see tickets or scores from both sides from the in-game pictures and videos, but we didn't really know what mode they were suited towards and what those points actually meant. Next was confirmation that Raw Vengeance do want the game to come to Steam, which is really nice to know, and I guess it does kind of make my Steam video slightly redundant now, but yeah, I'm still pleased the developers want the game on Steam, and you know, it will truly benefit the game. We also found out there will be character slots, and we'll have 4 to begin with, as well as the option to buy more. Now, I'm not sure if that's with real money only or not, but I mean, if it was, I personally think the system isn't amazing, as it's sort of locking a few faction classes behind a paywall, though some people might agree with the system. I mean, it would be awesome if you could earn slots, and it'd probably, well, I think it would be better, and I'd probably use them up a lot to make new characters for specific weapon and level challenges like I did in Battlefield Heroes. We got to see some outfits for both sides, and I really like everything about the Resident set, and it's something that I definitely wear in game. I like the Wicked one as well, but I think maybe the tie, gloves and shoes could be in different colours, as they don't fit the rest of it that well in my opinion. Speaking of wearing in game, it would be nice to see these in game, so we get a better feel as to, you know, how they will really look. You know, I mean, the sketches, they could make them look better or worse than how they are in the game, to be honest with you. Finally, the second part to the Q&A was released, and this is the most recent news we got. I think it was about a week ago, something like that, as of me recording this video. Basically, it's the newest stuff. Again, we got a few more commonly known information, such as the game having free cam, an alpha stage, and also the engine used to the game. Some of the new information included the fact that we'll have 11 different slots for clothing, which means a lot of different combinations and options for customization, which I really like. We also found out that you can get rewards for reaching the max level, which is 100, and the developers are interested in some suggestions such as in-game voice chat and my own seasonal events idea, which is reassuring to know, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I think the most important part of this video though was the minimum specs required to run the game, which are pretty low, to be honest. You know, I mean, any avid PC gamer in this day and age, you know, in 2016, should have no trouble with those, to be honest with you. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.